Wasn't that an amazing start to our rally? Uncle Peter and Subhash really got me pumped up. Can we give it for them once more?
Uncle Peter's speech was a sobering reminder of the injustices and risks that food delivery riders bear every day to bring us our meals and groceries. Who here has used a food delivery service before? Getting food delivered has become something we take for granted and rely on, especially when it's raining, late at night, we're somewhere ulu, or it's too hot outside. While many of us are able to shelter indoors when the weather is terrible, food delivery riders, construction workers, and others continue to work and travel in unpleasant and sometimes dangerous conditions. Subhash's performance also drew attention to the 1 million migrant workers that contribute so much to Singapore, but continue to work and live in dehumanizing conditions of modern-day slavery. Their blood, sweat, tears, and dreams matter just as much as ours. They have a stake in the society too, but they don't get to have a political voice. This Labour Day, we must, each of us here, commit to standing up for and with them. It is not migrant workers who steal our livelihoods. It is greedy corporations who steal from all of us. Our bosses in government are determined to divide local and migrant workers, but will we let them?
No!
So now I'd like to draw your attention to the demands we have this Labour Day. You should all have a handout called Workers of Singapore Unite, Labour Day 2023. This contains the people's 15 demands. You can also find them at the Workers Make Possible website. These are demands that were put together based on public town halls and many conversations with different cross-sections of Singapore's working class. These demands reflect the most urgent changes that both blue and white-collar workers want to see for a fairer, freer Singapore. We'll now go through the first three together. Can you all show me your handouts if you have them? All right. Labour Day 2023 demand number 1. Stop the 2% GST hike and introduce a 2% wealth tax on the richest 1% in Singapore. Do you support this demand?
Yes! Wealth tax!
Let them hear it. Do you support this demand?
Yes!
Labour Day 2023 demand number 2. Implement a minimum wage for all workers that reflect decent living standards. This looks like $2,000 a month for full-timers, $15 an hour for part-timers, $18 an hour for casual workers, and like Uncle Peter said, $6 per trip minimum fare guarantee for delivery riders, and at least $1,000 a month for migrant domestic workers as a first step. And we call for this along with abolishing the foreign worker levy. What do y'all think of this demand?
Yes!
Can we hear how you feel? Labour Day demand number 3. Ensure all workers have enough rest, including the right to sit for workers in retail, F&B, and other sectors where workers stand for long hours, the right not to respond to calls, messages, or emails after work hours, mandatory 1 rest day per week for migrant domestic workers via including them in the Employment Act, 14 days of guaranteed paid sick leave without needing to provide an MC, the commitment to take strict action against companies which require workers to find a replacement before allowing them to take sick leave, a strict cutoff at 20-hour shifts for healthcare workers as a first step, with a view to move towards 12-hour shifts. We also want paid lunch breaks for all workers working a full day's shift and 12 hours protected rest time a day for domestic and elder care workers. Are you ready to rest?
Yes! You know what goes well with demands? Chants! So what is the Labour Day without some chanting? Are you ready to get your fists in the air? I don't
Let's
see
see
it.
those
Where are your
fists.
fists? Yeah, alright. So we're going to start with the first chant on your chant sheet. So do you all have your chant sheets out? Can I see them? Can I see your fists as well? Alright, so the first chant means a lot to me because we, the workers, share one heart and one soul. So as the people who build our lives, dreams, and cities in the future. Okay, so we're going to demonstrate to you lah. So you just copy later, okay? So I'm going to say satu hati, then you say satu
Satu jiwa.
Okay, let's try this. Satu hati,
Satu jiwa.
satu hati.
Satu jiwa.
Hey, your fist raised higher. Say it with conviction. Satu hati,
Satu jiwa.
satu hati.
Satu
Okay,
jiwa.
one more, give it all. Satu hati.
Satu jiwa.
Alright, okay, sorry, one
so
more chant.
I am not very satisfied with this chanting. So I'm going to ask you all to stand up because we need to stand to chant. Can we do that? Those of you who can, of course, please get on your feet and start feeling the Labor Day energy. Woo! Okay, I'm going to give you all about half an hour and then I need to see this park filled with signs, okay? Not enough people here have signs. Okay, so you're all going to head over and make some signs after this. Okay, now we're going to do chant number 2 on the Labor Day chant sheet, okay? So when I say, what do we want? You say, justice. When I say, when do we want it? You say, now. And then we'll do dignity, safety, minimum wage, and the right to rest. Okay, let's try this. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Dignity.
Okay, I'll tell you when we're moving to the next one, okay? So we'll just do justice again. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Dignity. What do we want?
Dignity.
When do we want it?
Now.
Safety. What do we want?
Safety.
When do we want it?
Now.
Minimum wage. What do we want?
Minimum wage.
When do we want it?
Now.
Again, what do we want?
Minimum wage.
When do we want it?
Now.
Where are those fists pumping? What do we want?
Minimum wage.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Minimum wage.
When do we want it?
Now.
Now we're going to do the right to rest, okay? And that's the final one. What do we want?
The right to rest.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
The right to rest.
When do we want it?
Now.
All right, good job, Hong